Hello, good evening, fella. Here with me again, Jailani, and I want to share my life. But there are many things happen today. But first, I want to, as you can see, that today I use this headset. I use this headset because in my mind it make my voice become more clear when I talk with you in front of camera and make this video. So my sounds was recorded clearly. Use this equipment, so I give it a try, and I guess it will work. It will become better. My sons use these tools, and then this afternoon I watched a movie. It was called Breakfast in Tiffany. Probably you already knew about this movie because it's very popular. But I just watched the movie today, and clearly very good movie indeed. And yeah, the first impression when I saw the movie, I have this impression that the movie will be, this character, this young woman characters will be someone like shallow, I guess. But when the story keep going, I do realize that this woman really have big motivation in her life to become better economically. So he tried to get married with someone, with a man that will make her life become better. And I assume that this movie, around 16 at that time, there no urge you to to talk about feminism. Of course, feminism already happened at around that time, but I think this a little bit that my negative opinions about the movie, that he not really talk about social issue, even though this movie have this, the story cannot they give, if they more they give, it cannot the story have a chance to talk about the issue, because the story about young woman, poor woman will become a rich one with a marriage with a man. It's kind of fairy tale we watch in the old Disney movie, like Cinderella, that this poor young woman, then they hope that marries a prince, that sort story like that. And also, another story is about breakfast in Tiffany. It seems like when the first time it come to my mind that the story really about capitalism, but it turns out it's not. It's only about drama comedy, which is not bad, because I don't say that it's drama comedy my cup of tea, but I'm practically enjoy this movie because it's very good story and a really good character. It's beautiful woman. And of course, I don't want to talk about this character very much. But really, what I want to say to you is the movie is very interesting, even though not really my cup of tea, but it's very good story. And of course, it is story come from a novel. Is what you say is adaptation from a novel with the same title, I guess. Breakfast in Tiffany. What very me from this movie is first sense. I mean, I already hear about Breakfast in Tiffany for many years, but I never had that eager to watch this movie. And I think okay, it's just very popular in a classic, in a drama comedy. So what? Not something that I want to watch, but this a sense that the young woman in the street, in the Tiffany is a store for luxury product, mostly jewelry like diamonds or silver or probably gold. Yeah, something that's similar. And this young woman with a glamorous looking with in his necklace and his ring, and then his clothes looks very glamour, and he looked inside into the store, and then he got breakfast there, and then he say for the man that it turns out his friends in apartment. This man just moved it, and the young man just moving in that place, and they become friends. Even though then okay, there are two main character who, they are become friends and then fall in love, and we know where the story ends. But the first time I love the dialogue between this character, and when this young woman said that when he feels sad that he going there and looking the inside into the store, into the Tiffany store. And it's very even though at this time there's no social media, but we can relate it in today's, because imagine this Tiffany store really social media is a screen we can see today. Then when we feel sad about something, we feel upset, and we look into the screen, and we just look how beautiful inside about people who live there, whereas they are kind of live in a luxury life, happy life. They are with something very glamour, and you name it. It is very captive scene. So this is why I decided to watch this movie, and not bad. I would say it's not bad. It's a great movie anyway, and I don't regret to watch this movie. And the feeling after watching movie is great. Okay, probably I will tell you about the story first. The story about young woman that you can say it's a gold digger. Then he live in apartment, and he want to find super rich guy in New York, and at the age it doesn't matter. He just want become a rich one, and then he and someone just moved in apartment, and this one is really remember her with her brother name. I forgot the name. I really don't have capability to memorize people names. So Ferdi, if I'm not mistaken, it's Ferdi. But yeah, Ferdi, I guess. Then this young woman met with this young man who turns out is prostitute. Yeah, this man is a prostitute, so he's aspiring writer, but not really success. He just published a book, a short story with 9 story in it, and then they become friends. It's very really interesting, and we know that the story that this one will fall in love. But really interesting is only a man, even though man and this woman fall in love together, but it seems only man would want to sacrifice his comfortable life to be with this woman, and this woman, he still want to pursue his dream, her dream, to become rich one, so he want to marry with someone rich. Then we know that the story that this man feel heartbroken, and then they have argue in the end that finally this woman decide to stay with this man even though he not rich, and hooray, we become excited about that. But no, really, I'm not really excited about that, even though I'm glad they're happy, but they're only fictional story, so I don't really feel even though probably it's just me, don't really feel much emotion about something. And then yeah, and then they become together. But yeah, it's ending great. They become fall in love, and then they're true about themselves. Okay, love is more anything. But do you believe it will happen in real life? I guess sometimes it is, but probably sometimes we just need to be more realistic, I guess. But even when you disagree with me, it's okay, because yeah, sometimes. But of course, really, it's very hard to explain. But no, you got my point, right? Sometimes it's only happen in the movie that when a woman decide to marry someone that poor because of love. Yeah, yeah. And then what happened today? I got my examination, and I don't know the score really to for ATP today. I don't get the score yet. But I guess it's not really bad as 2 days ago. As yesterday when I took IELTS test, it's very disaster. I don't believe that I have a good point to pass the examination. But tomorrow is kind of pretty good, and I am pretty sure that I will pass 520, and I hope that it will be true. Because if this one not pass and the yesterday test examination practically wouldn't pass either, and then I didn't pass the scholarship into the interview session, it kind of disappointed because I really want it. And yeah, and then um yesterday I think I want to make live into the tracks, because a few days lately my life kind of mess, I'm kind of lazy doing anything, and I pass my video around 2 days as I mentioned it in my previous video. So I try it is my tip when I feel that my life is kind of mess, so I try to change my bed cover. So I wash it, and I'm already and I'm tidy up my room, make it clean it and something like that. And even it wasn't working 100%, but I think is sometimes it's very helping me to make myself become comfortable again, and make myself become have a good mood to swings my mood, so become better. I feel better, and then because I feel better, then because I'm in a good mood and a good shape, and then I feel that I really have motivation to doing many tasks to reach my goal, many goals. But today I have a plan to make it become more advanced to reach a goal, because I have a few stories to accomplish, but I don't make it yet, because I'm already made like 5 stories. I get it. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 4 stories. But I still need it to make around like 11 or 12 stories, so I can gather the stories into a book, and then I can submit the story to publisher, and I hope they got accepted. But even though I'm pessimistic about it, but I'm always give it a try, because you don't know when you are success, isn't it? And yeah, I give it a try, and but there are there's no many progress over a few days, and then I will try with something else. There's something old tricks that I write in a paper to my goal in a paper, like to every day I have to write around 1000 words. Is very reasonable goal to achieve, I guess. So every day I kind of I'm not very fast when it comes to writing, because I probably perfectionist type. So I very kind of late when I very slow to write some story. So I don't know how a writer can make a novel such like 1 month, or like even 9th day. I heard from Andrea Hirata, but I can't do this because when I make story, I'm very slow. So 1000 words is already too much for me for to write every day. But if I consistent to make this 1 word every day in 1 month, obviously I'm already have a novels, because I rarely make a novel that's long. The longest novel I wrote around 6,000 words, I guess, but mostly it's around 30,000 words. Mostly it's about around that. So I not really like to make very long novels, because nowadays people kind of busy to write such a long story. And then this is about my personal, that when it come to write the story, I love to make story with very limited characters in limited times in limited space. I love that story that it's very simple story about every day, but you what you say is you in the story that you give it more feelings into the character. So I want to make a story that when people read this, they understand what the character feeling and why character make this kind of decision and about their past. And but of course only a glimpse about their past, not a very long story about their past. But I want to show the reader that why this character have this kind of decision and from their background. So because of it, I guess the reader will can relate the character into themselves. Just like this Tiffany story, which I can really relate about this young woman, because this is because my personal experience. When you stand in front of store, a very luxury store, and you looking inside and you admire people there and the luxury goods there. It cannot happen to me over time, many time when I in the street and that I looking into McDonald's, and that McDonald's very expensive here in Indonesia. So when I look into McDonald's and look people there, they use car mostly. I not even cross in my mind to have a car because it's very expensive. And I look at people there, they are looking very confident, they are rich, and they go into McDonald's and they eat that. Even we know that McDonald's and another things, another fast foods, not that something that equal with healthy foods. But here in Indonesia, these foods really kind of have only middle and upper class afford it because it's really expensive. So people like me who don't have much money, just looking in the parking lot, people going there, I just stand there in the street looking how beautiful it is when I can go into inside. Actually, I never go to KFC, but I go to McDonald's once when I still in college. At that time, I was in college and I made my last here we say scriptsy, like last research to graduate, and I'm already graduate into the college at that time, even not formally, but yeah, I'm already made this scriptsy, made this last research. And then I going to the street looking around to find a food, and then I saw this McDonald's building, a really beautiful building. It's very luxury, and because of this is special day, that was special day for me, and I give it a try to reach my pocket deeper to spend more money to enjoy myself to eat the food in McDonald's. And because it's first experience, I don't really know to behave properly there, and that kind of stranger for me because it's kind of really not my class anyway. And I looking that people really happy there, and this is what I remember when I look into the breakfast in Tiffany clips in the YouTube. So then I watched the movie eventually. It's very feel relate to me. At first time, I don't know that Tiffany. It turns out jewelry store. I think Tiffany is kind of very luxury restaurant at first impression, but it turns out it's jewelry store, and it's very great story. And then there also another experience that like my McDonald's experience when I into the streets in Malioboro a few months ago, and I look people in the hotel and they eat kind of and they drink juice and or I don't know whether it's juice or something that cola or something that's very luxury drink, and I looking into from the street, and then I wonder what it feels to be like them. People in the kind of very great restaurant. It must be expensive there, and I don't know what is their job, so they can afford live afford life like that. something I just feel that out of my reach, that kind of luxury life. And I don't think that deep in my mind, I think it's very great when I have a lot of money, but I think it's not that something that my primary goal. I think I really happy that if I have decent money to sustain my daily life, and it's okay for me. I think I don't. It's okay if I can't buy a car or something that expensive, like branded clothes or shoes, you name it. And uh, but most important, I think, when it comes to life is, now that we are not alone, even though you live in a place that very luxury, but you feel lonely, is not really make you feel happy, right? But okay, it different matter, and I don't think that I want to talk much about it. Um, I think I am talking um pretty bad today. I don't really know why, because I don't have many story to tell you, because I'm already tell every day about my day life, and that not so much thing can happen. Even 25 minutes video is kind of pretty long to talking and don't stop. And yeah, but yeah, because it is can help me to practicing my language, my English, in speaking especially. But I need to sustain this behavior. And also, because I have limited dictionary vocabulary, so I need to edit and memorize more of it. I don't know how to start it. I don't find a clear solutions yet, but I have this idea, like I watch a news, whether it's from BBC or the Guardians or Dutch Well news channel, because I am check this channel regularly. And then I translate it into Indonesian. So if I can't understand some words in the news, I must look at it into dictionary, and I guess it will work, but it's really lot of effort to do so. But yeah, because it's a lot of effort, and it really made my vocabulary become more in my brain. So when I speak, it become easier for me, because I understand many words. And I think it's on what I want to share with you today. And I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful life. You always feel happy, and you with someone that you love, with a family, friends, and special someone of anything. And yeah, probably what I want to do next is to make a planning about what I want to do tomorrow. And then probably, because I still have a few times I want to watch a movie. I what you say, it's submit and not submit. You subscribe Amazon's what Prime's Video Prime, Amazon Prime, but it still have a problem. So I wanna fix it, but I think it doesn't working immediately. And if I complain into the center service, they it's very lot of things to do, because you're waiting or something like that, and I don't know. But yeah, probably I want to stop this video, and thank you for watching until it's finished. And good evening.